So we're going to be talking about sexual predators, and we're going to be talking about Regulus corneus. Imagine if you woke up buck naked in the middle of nowhere. You didn't know where you were, and this guy comes in. He looks at you like this, look at the screen, and he asks if you're a virgin. Okay, so some of you might be thinking you're watching a different type of anime, okay, maybe the 18 plus variety. But it's kind of obvious that Regulus was always a creep. Just look at his face in this image. Like, you can tell this guy is a 10 out of 10 sexual predator. In fact, if you don't believe me, the author, Tape, has even said to spread around how creepy Regulus is as a character. Like, I want to be honest, like, this is some incel behavior. Like, he's asking if Emilia is a virgin, and the answer she gives will depend on what will happen afterwards. Like, what? This is like 10 out of 10 incel behavior. Like, what happens if she says, no, Subaru's been banging me left, right, and center? Then what? He's gonna, like, kill her? Like, what's going on? This is despicable behavior. For those of you that want advice on how to pick up women, don't start the conversation by making sure that the woman you like is somehow stripped naked in a bed, doesn't know where they are, and then the first question you asked him is if they're a virgin or not, okay? Just pro tip, don't ever do that, okay? Because firstly, you're going to be breaking a few laws, and secondly, I'm pretty sure they're going to reject you after that. Now let's focus on the thing that most of you care about. It's been many years, and finally, Subaru is confronting Gluttony. So this could be the chance that Subaru finally can save Rem and bring her back into relevance. So, of course, this is what everyone's been waiting for ever since Season 2, and then when Season 2 came along and Rem didn't wake up, everyone's wondering when is it finally going to happen. And Subaru's pissed, he's getting mad, we're seeing flashbacks of Rem sleeping and doing nothing, but, of course, because she's sleeping, but it's finally happening, and I'm hoping the ReZero fans are going to like this confrontation. And maybe, you never know, Rem might finally wake up. However, the thing that stuck out to me is Aldebaran. Aldebaran is obviously the weirdest character here, and I think keen anime watchers are starting to notice that there's something not adding up. For example, Aldebaran is the one that talks about this idea that just because a witch has died doesn't mean it's going to be the Witch of Envy. There could be other witches, which again, common knowledge is that there's only one witch, and that is the Witch of Envy. Yet Aldebaran talks about this idea of there being more witches. Not only that, he says one of the things which should jump out to anyone watching, and that's the fact that Aldebaran, without any prodding, says that Typhon drowned. How does he know that? No one should know that. By the way, not even Subaru knows that at this point. This information was given to us in the intermission chapter of the web novel, where it told us how the different witches died. This is after, of course, Subaru and Satella in the Witches' Tea Party finally come together in Season 2, and they sort of have that conversation, and Subaru says, I will save you. And then afterwards, after Subaru leaves, we get this excerpt talking about how the witches died. So how does Aldebaran know that Typhon was in a location, or that Typhon drowned by a flood? There's no way he would know that, because this happened 400 years in the past. In addition to this, there was finally the scene where Aldebaran tells Subaru to not say their name around Gluttony. Well, he said it to everyone around him. But how does Aldebaran know how Gluttony's authority works? Now, we were told this information in Season 2 by Puck, and Puck explained how Gluttony's authority works, and how Rem was essentially given the Sleeping Beauty curse. But why does Aldebaran know how it works? You know? It's not really explained. So again, anime only should be wondering about who exactly is out. How does he know all of this information, especially when some of this information is 400 years old. However, I think the best thing about the episode, in addition to everything I've said before, is Capella's introduction. I think ReZero is in good hands because Capella was not a CGI dragon. She was here in 2D animation. It was amazing. The animation was fluid. By the way, the fight scenes were amazing. I'm going to come to that in a second. But I actually really like this interaction. I feel like Capella is like the new Echidna, right? she's the main focus. There's a lot of effort going into her character, and her voice actor is quite great. So I like what they're doing, because I've seen so many other animes where they use CGI for big enemies or dragons or whatever. Like Overlord Season 3 is a fine example, where the final fight was these disgusting CGI monsters, and it ruined the entire season. But I just like what they've done with Capella as a character. And not only that, like, it's obvious they're trying to do it comedically, because some of Capella's faces are funny. Like, you can obviously tell, like, Capella's like, what is this guy yapping about? This is the face I'm talking about. You can tell Capella's like, what is Subaru mumbling about? Like, what's going on? And not only that, there's obviously the dragon meme, you know, with the two serious dragons, and then you have the one goofy looking dragon. And you can see they sort of memed this as well when Capella regenerated and had this weird looking face on her. You can tell she's obviously like messing around. And I like what they've done with Capella. They're making her likable, and you can also tell she doesn't really take them seriously. She's like mocking them. The animation's amazing. Again, I like the Elsa-Garfield dynamic. We can see that Garfield is still affected by killing Elsa. But going back to the animation for a second, is amazing. Like, some of you would have thought that there would be a drop in quality, but it's still amazing. And it's fluid. You can usually see this with Julius, because Julius has all of these like colors and spirits. But it's beautiful. There's no like frame rate drops, there's no like weird keyframes. The animation is amazing. The coloring is amazing. So I'm actually really happy with ReZero. It hasn't dropped like 7 Deadly Sins or other animes. Now the one thing I do want to talk about, because I do like Garfield as a character, but not many people really understand why he's so upset. Because it was Garfield's idea to go fight. And of course they went to fight, and then Mimi got injured. And so of course everyone's thanking Garfield for saving Mimi, but they wouldn't have been in that predicament if Garfield didn't want to fight. If he just ran away when Mimi wanted to run away, then the problem would have been solved. So that's one of the reasons why Garfield is so like upset. So that's something that of course wasn't really touched upon in the episode, but that's the main factor as to why Garfield is so upset. Also, I know a lot of people are starting to really like Crush because of her interactions with Subaru, but it just goes to show the effect it has on someone when your memories get stolen away from you. But I do feel like a lot of people are going to really like Crush, especially because of all of those interactions. And you can tell she's obviously a lot more feminine now. She's not as masculine as she used to be. And of course you would know why if you've read the EX novels. But anyways, amazing episode, 10 out of 10. I'll see you guys next time.